As cold as it's been lately, there is still plenty of four-season fun available at the 22 parks and conservation areas from Great Parks. And here to tell us more all about it is Nicole Niemeyer of Great Parks. Nicole, thanks for being here with us.
Yeah, happy to be here.
It's crazy. It seems like this deep freeze has just been never ending, but I know you've got some fun maple sugaring events coming up. So tell us a little bit about what you brought and what those events are going to be.
Yeah, we have some maple sugar events happening at Farbach-Warner Nature Preserve. It's a pocket of nature tucked away in Coleraine, and the first of those events is going to be Maple in the Moonlight on February 14th. It's going to be a great date night, and adults can come and hike the trails, see where it all starts, how the trees are tapped, and then come back to a cozy fire and experience some live music. They'll get to taste all the sweet treats, have a beverage, and also make a maple candle.
Wow, this all sounds fantastic. I know that when people think of, maple syrup, maple sugar, that it's kind of a New England thing. How are we able to do that here in Cincinnati?
Yeah, you don't have to go up to Canada or Vermont. You can do it right here in Cincinnati. All you need are some maple trees, a few items that I brought with me to show you all today.
These are some of the tools that you use for that.
These are what we use to get the maple sap and make some maple syrup. And you just have to pay attention also to the weather. So we've had those freezing cold nights with these warmer days, and the trees are waking up, the sap is flowing in those trees, the sugar water.
Okay.
And that's what we need to start the process. And so what we're gonna do first is we are gonna collect some sap from our maple trees. And to do that, we are gonna use a tool that is just like this, a hand drill. Yeah, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna drill a small hole into the tree, just deep enough to get into where the sap is.
Okay.
And we are gonna put in we're gonna tap in a spile or a spout. And you're gonna give it a shot. So you're gonna tap it into the tree.
So that's the end, and then you just put that in the end of the tree, and you just tap that in like that.
And then that lets the sap flow out of the tree.
Okay.
And into our collecting bucket here.
Okay.
So we've got our sap, and it's gonna be mostly water. This is what it looks like.
So it's clear. It's not that really cool brown color.
Right. You don't want to put this on your pancakes yet. And so, and our maple trees that we use are their sap is very sugary. So our sugar maples and our red maples are what we use. They have the highest sugar content.
Okay.
But since it is mostly water, still we have to evaporate out some of that water in an evaporator.
Okay.
And so you get to see this whole process at Maple in the Moonlight and our Maple Sugar Days at Farbach. Those are on February 22nd and 23rd.
Okay.
It's a family-friendly weekend to see the whole process. And when we boil that water out, we get this syrup, this sugary, sticky syrup.
Yeah.
And so I brought some to taste, just like you can do at our maple events. We have two different kinds of syrup to taste.
Okay.
The first one that you're gonna taste here is the lighter one. This is our amber syrup. And usually when we tap our trees earlier in the season, right now, we get this lighter amber syrup.
Wow.
Yeah, so it has kind of a lighter taste. And then as we get later into the maple season, later in the winter to early spring, we get this darker color of syrup. It's going to have kind of a stronger
so that
maple
depends on the time of year. It can affect that then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as the trees are starting to kind of wake up more, you get
that's got like more of like the
stronger
like maple flavor. Yeah, but the other one's definitely lighter.
Concentrated maple. Yeah.
And then I guess you can sort of repeat that evaporative process and end up with the maple sugar?
Yeah, you evaporate all the water out and then you get this 100% pure maple sugar.
Oh my gosh.
That is a sweet treat you can try.
I love that. Well, so I also want to talk about the fact too that, it's wintertime. The kids were home abnormally long this year and all the cold. So I know that fellow parents out there are probably thinking about summer camps now, and that's probably a good idea too, because I know they fill up quickly. What sort of camps do you have coming up this summer? Yeah,
we have dozens of different camps taking place at 5 different Great Parks locations. They're at Sharon Woods, Lake Isabella, Woodland Mound, Winton Woods, and Miami Whitewater Forest. And there's lots of things to choose from farms to fishing to art and exploring the outdoors. And one of my favorite camps is our Farm to Fort camp. Yeah, that's at Winton Woods Farm and Equestrian Center, and campers get to explore where their food comes from. They get to dig into the garden, and one of the really fun things they get to do is extract some honey from our beehives.
Oh, wow. So that's where this honey came from right here?
That honey is honey that our summer campers extracted at last year's summer camp.
That is so cool
and
to
we
be able
have
to do
some
that.
for you to taste. So
Oh my gosh.
what happens is we take our honeycombs from our hives, we put them in this machine that the campers spin around. So that's fresh from our hives at the farm.
Wow.
And so that honey drips down and campers can taste it straight from the honeycomb, even take a little bite of honeycomb themselves.
That is so cool. Well, this is all fantastic. Thank you so much for bringing all of this in. And if somebody wants to learn more again and maybe sign up for Maple in the Moonlight or any of the other programs at Great Parks, how can they do that?
Yeah, you can learn more and register for any of those at greatparks.org.
All right, sounds good. Nicole, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much.